showtime.
Monroe show starts in about 8 minutes. We'll be getting going in about 8 minutes. If you're watching the replay, you can forward up a little bit.
Seven minutes until showtime.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the replay viewers. Welcome to the live viewers. We'll be starting in about 7 minutes. What's up, Shannon? Doing too many things at once. What's up, Todd? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's up, one kid over here on Periscope? What's up to the people on Busker, Periscope, YouTube Live, and Facebook Live? I think I pulled it all off. I think I pulled it off 4 streams at once. What's up? The real K Quick. I stay woke. If you can, share it out to your followers. Share it out to your Twitter. Share it out to your Facebook. Share it out. Share it out. The show will start in about 6 minutes. Tim Tolan. What's up? St. Louis in the house. What's going on? We'll be getting the show started here in a minute. Trying to do the last minute setups. You know how that can go. That can get crazy. What's up, Carlos? What's up, Bragg HQ over here on Busker? Damn, you're not messing around with the streams. Hey, I'm gonna try one more. I'm trying to put one more stream on here. I got 4 going right now, but I'm gonna do 5 next week. My other device not here yet. I got another phone, but this phone won't act right, so thanks to Apple, I can't do 5 streams. But I got 4 going. Yeah, the topic of the show tonight, we're gonna be talking about the shootings and stuff that happened. We're gonna be talking about a little bit of politics, and we're going to be talking about child support in the second hour of the show. Follow me because I follow you. What's up, Tammy, over here on Periscope? If you can, share it out to your followers, share it out to your Twitter, share it out to your Facebook, and we'll be getting it started here in probably about 5 minutes. You got to call in for this one? Well, I want your calls. Pink Monkey Coupons, what's going on? You liking the tunes for Raz? What's up? What's up? We even got the YouTube going. I even got a thumbs up over on YouTube. How about that? YouTube Live. We're trying to get it right. I can't see the comments on YouTube, but actually I can if I pull it up on the computer here. But other than that, I can see all this craziness. What's up, Sega boy? How you doing on Busker? All good. How's things with me? Everything is well with me. Stay woke bars. You gonna call in and spit a flow for him, K-Quick? The show starts in 4 minutes, so. What's up, Legina Harris? How you doing? Share it out to your followers, please. We'll be starting in 4 minutes. I gotta do one more share myself. I gotta share to my like page on Facebook. That's what I want to stream on my like page too. That'll be my 5th stream. So I'll be doing 2 Facebook lives, a Periscope, a YouTube live, and a Busker all at the same time. We ain't playing no more. This is the new and improved 2016. Embrace the technology. Derek Lumberjack Richardson, what's going on over here on Facebook? Now, why can't I get this on here? If that's on there, don't tell me I put the Facebook Live on the wrong stream. No, I could have did that. I can't share out my own feed over here. I find it funny that both shooters have some military experience. Yeah, that's right. See, that's what I want to talk about too. What's up, Phenomenal over here
3
on
minutes
Periscope.
until
Getting the show
showtime.
started in 3 minutes. Let's see here. Open up the chat over here on this show. I got 1 chat room, 2 chat rooms, 3 chat rooms, 4 chat rooms. What's up, Leo? And YouTube will be starting in 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. Why can't I share this to my like page? They don't want me to be great. That's the last thing I gotta do, and they don't want to let me do it. That's what you want to hear? Yep. See, little did y'all know that black people actually run the military, whether y'all know that or not, but I'll get into that in a minute. Thanks for that share, Legina Harris. I see this on here. I'm trying to share it out too.
2 minutes until showtime.
Say, why they got all that shooting and banging? Come on, thing. Act right. Thanks for that like, that thumbs up. Thanks for the shares over here on Periscope. Thanks for the people joining on Busker. We'll be getting started in about less than 2 minutes. About 1 minute out. Doing my final share to my like page, and hopefully everything works out from there. We're trying to get the technology gang going on. It's static on YouTube? Really? Oh man, it's always something, ain't it? Hold on, maybe if I move it back a little bit. That's why I'll stop using YouTube. I'm ready for them to release that app or that upgrade to their app so they can get it going.
1 minute.
1 minute. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I shared to my own timeline. I meant to share to my like page. That's what happens when you're trying to do too many things at once. But I'm a one-man army. I got guns. See, I got guns. No, it's a fake gun. It's not real. They're like, oh, he's flashing the gun on the internet. They already finna get mad at me. You tuned in from Bridgeton. Not too far away from where they get us. Alright, let's see here. To my like page. There, call.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3.
This is the Chris Monroe Show.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Monroe. Got you tuned in all the way live on the Chris Monroe Show. We got a nice show for you coming up tonight. We got some topics that have been touching our hearts. We're broadcasting all the way live on Busker, broadcasting all the way live over here on Periscope. We're broadcasting on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. We're trying to get the technology game strong. Technology, we got to embrace it, y'all. I know a lot of people say, man, that's too much stuff. How do you manage all that? Put the app on and push record. That's all I can say. But this is a call-in radio show. What's up, Michael Monroe over here? My little nephew just joined in over here on Facebook Live. If you put your name in the comments, we'll give you a shout-out before we get the show going. Put your name in and where you're from in the comments, and we'll give you a shout-out. And before we get into the actual content of the show, we got Derek Lumberjack Richardson St. Anne. I know you represent South St. Louis, South City, South St. Louis on the map. What's up over here on Busker? What's up, Lita from the VA? Leo from the great Dallas, Texas over here on Periscope. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Seth Scott, why do people do all this shooting? Well, I don't know. They just feel like shooting it. What up, Mike? What up? Izzy in California, West Side, coming in just like that. And this is a call-in radio show. Like I say, we take your phone calls in at 516-418-5565. We got Missy Kia over here from Fort Hood, Texas. What's going on with you? I like that phone going on over there because I just got a PayPal notification. Somebody just bought something for $40. I like to see that pop up on my phone. Baton Rouge, country boy, you from Baton Rouge? Dang, you from down there where it's going on. Adria, Pink Monkey Coupons from Connecticut. We got Cracker Barrel from the ATL. We got Dooney from the ATL. I'm from the STL. St. Louis is on the map, baby. Like I say, this is a call-in radio show. We take your call-ins at 516-418-5565. That's 516-418-5565. It should be in the description of this here. But like I say, we're broadcasting live from Busker, Periscope, Facebook Live, and YouTube. You say, Baba Booby from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Brookhaven, Mississippi. Darrell, that's where you from the Mississippi? TT from Atlanta. Atlanta wrecking shop over here on Periscope. They ain't playing around. Atlanta just taking over. Tina Thornton over here from Bridgeton, Missouri. Why did they remove the young man's YouTube videos? That's a good question. They removed his YouTube videos because they don't want you to listen to what the man was saying. But I got a lot of his audio and videos. I posted up a few on my website at chrismonroestl.com. A couple of his videos. And I got some of his audio that I'm going to play here tonight. Demetria coming from Louisiana. Live in the Chi now. Okay. Joan from Toronto. What's the radio show about? Well, you're in for a treat because, like I said, I am Chris Monroe, the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke. I bring the news and the information to you to help you make better decisions in your life. This is the Chris Monroe Show, a live radio show, and tonight we're going to be talking about the shootings in Baton Rouge, the shootings all across America with the police, and a whole lot more. And Curtis checking in on Facebook Live over here from Milwaukee. All right. We got a little bit of everybody. That's how we do it, family. So I want to let you hear what Gavin said. Gavin Long over here. He did some stuff. You know, a lot of people feel like he's a terrorist or he's bad. He shouldn't have did that. But, you know, this is warfare. And I'm going to let you hear what he said out of his mouth instead of me telling you what he said. Because that's the thing about this shooter that differentiates him from the shooter before. The one in Dallas. The one in Dallas, a lot of people can't really get any information on it, but this guy here left a whole track record of how he thinks, what he does. He left books, he left audios, he even had a radio show. So he's not playing around with the knowledge or the information. He was all about empowering black people. So, you know, when you say that, well, he just was going and shooting anybody. You know, the dude in Dallas, I can understand you saying that the people in Dallas didn't have nothing to do with that. But this guy here, he made a difference. Yeah, you can call in, Seth, 516-418-5565. It is a call-in show. So, you know, the thing that I say, you know, you can't just go by what people say about them. Hear from the horse's mouth. And that's the good thing that I wanted to say. That I'm going to let you hear a little clip. What he said, the mindset of black people prior to Europeans in Africa and some other stuff. Here's Galvin.
That's what separates me. That's why they're so afraid of me. They're like, no, because that's the key. If what I got in me, the courage, the tenacity, the bravery, if that spreads, then it's all over. Because that's what the revolution is. Once we get to the point where people stand on their rights. It's not knowing your rights. Knowing your rights is nothing to avoid. It's nothing to redeem it. It's nothing to remember. You gotta stand on your rights. Just like George Washington did. Just like all the other white rebels that they say, you know what I mean? And we celebrate and salute. That's what Nat Turner did. That's what Malcolm did. You gotta stand, man. You gotta sacrifice. And man, this is all for you. I don't even want to see women at rallies and all that. It's embarrassing. I feel embarrassed by seeing that. Let me tell you and I'm going to leave because I don't want to make this video extra long, but let me tell you our mindset in Africa. One of the elders was telling me our mindset before the Europeans even arrived, right? Before they were, still in the mountains and stuff. Our mindset was this. When we would battle with outside, entities that would come in, say the Asians or whatever, Middle Easters would come in, this was the mindset. When the men would go out to fight the enemy, you wouldn't come. The woman would tell her man, you don't, if you come back here defeated, I'm killing you. You get what I'm saying? The man knew he couldn't go home. Either he killed his enemy or he died. That's it. Because the kid sees that. You see that? If the kid sees that shit, well, damn, my daddy came home, he got his ass whooped. And he just a bitch. What you think the kid gonna grow up? I'd rather have this motherfucker die. At least now the kid knows, to stand for something. You see, so this is a mental disease. This is what I'm talking about, the holistic aspect of the shit. Y'all taking on mental disease. This shit is deeper than you can even imagine. Some shit that you didn't see, so you take it on. So you think it's wrong when you fight back, but you celebrate it when somebody else fights back. But hey, salute to the rebels, man. I'm out here. I'm in these streets. You look up, you get up, and don't ever give up.
Now that's out of the horse's mouth. That's his mindset on how he was thinking when he came with it. And he dropped some straight truth on that. He said that's what America does with George Washington when people step up and revolt and be revolutionary. Just what Nat Turner did, that's what Malcolm did. Somebody got to step up and say enough is enough. You can't just sit up and act like it's all good to sit back and let people just beat you down, whoop you, shoot you, kill you, slaughter you, castrate you, do everything to you, and then you're supposed to just sit back and like it's all good. We gonna just preach and pray and hope that everything's all right. Has that ever worked yet for 400 plus years? Has that worked? So, his mindset was a little bit different. Plus, like he said, when people rally, go out and do this protesting and all of that, he said that's for women. Do you agree with that? He said that's a woman thing to go do protesting and rally. The men's supposed to think logical. They should be thinking logical and saying, what can we do to change this for a long term? Not just going and say, please give us justice. Hands up, don't shoot. Come on now. I mean, it sounds good, but when you really think about it, hands up, don't shoot, that is kind of wimpy. You say he was a murderer? Hey, it's part of war. Somebody gonna die in this war. It is what it is. I want to get what you think about this at 516-418-5565. Make sure you press the 1. 516-418-5565. And let's see, who is that on here? Look like we got somebody calling from the 972. Who do we have here live on the Chris Monroe Show? Hello? Lizabeth, how you doing?
I'm all right. Let me say this. We are emotional when people perish, okay? So people have lost their lives, so we're emotional in that aspect. If you recall, I guess 2 weeks ago I called into your show, and I told you that never in recorded history do you have a revolution with no casualties. And there are categories of casualties. Loss of life, famine, disease. Those fall into health, so there are going to be losses in any revolution. So the fact that he said that, that's actually true. When you think about the history of the Zulus and how they had to go out to fight, and if those gentlemen came back or they ran away from the fight, they were killed because they consider that to be cowardice, which is why you have Zulus out of South Africa all the way up into Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
People say, well, how did the Zulus go from South Africa all the way? That's how, because when they were in war, those guys were cowards, and so they would flee so that they would have to go back home and face the wrath of death. So that is what you have. And so when you think about the tone and the things that he said in his video, whether we like them or not, it is reality. No one can sit and say that there's a recorded time in history that when people stand up for a revolution, what they consider is a revolution, that there are no casualties. I mean, you can go back to the Black Panthers, how they sat and did all the injustices to them when they were trying to set things straight for us then, and then they took the tenets of their organization and used them because they thought it was a good idea.
Right.
So you have to think about that as well. Anything you want to say about that, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, it's real. You know, people want to act like it's going to be nice and friendly and we can just do it and we shall overcome and be peaceful. But in reality, that stuff has never worked. I mean, it's just reality. We could try to make it feel good, but I'm just not seeing it. It's not going to happen like that. You know, somebody going to die on both sides. Some black people going to die, some white people going to die, some children going to die.
And they have to. They have to die. They have to, because that is part of the revolution. Death is a part of the revolution. Death is a part of war, just as you just said. You cannot think that you're going to war and nobody's going to die. You cannot think that you're going to war and there won't be innocent casualties in this war. For example, think about when you were in Iraq. All of the misinformation that was given to the guys in the Air Force who were dropping bombs.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come to find out they dropped a bomb on a hospital.
Right.
Because the intel was bad. Those are casualties. Yes, they were innocent because they were not in direct relation to fighting, but that's what happened. That is what happens, and people are not understanding that. I just talked to my godmother about this yesterday, and I was saying to her, you grew up during the era of Black Panthers. I mean, was out there. So you should understand. She's like, yeah, it's a different tenor. It is a different tenor. However, when you think about the principles of the Black Panthers, some of these tenets are being set out, whether people want to say it or not. It's not that you're inciting people. People have to read and understand what they're reading. It's funny, I want to spoke, I guess. It was not with you, but it's someone else, and I kept saying, people are not woke. You know, your mantra is I say woke. People are not woke, they still sleep. They still sleep. Because if they were awoke, you know, I've been doing this activism since I was 18 when I first shaved my head to go natural. Okay? So I've been doing this a long time. Maybe I'm not as old as some of my elders, however, I recognize the beat of the drum in the sense that there are things that would take place. And people say, okay, well, they don't agree with this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can go right now in the Bible, okay? You can start looking in Revelations about things that happen in succession. I mean, I don't have to make this up.
Right.
If people don't read for it, people have to read. And we as people of color, we have to stay read up. Okay, the secrets are hidden in words.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it is. Why do you think when the Greeks invaded Egypt and the Romans, what did they do? Start burning all the libraries.
That's right. Get rid of that information.
To kill the information.
That's right.
Kill the information.
Yeah.
Am I right?
You're right. You're completely right. And that's why the ancestors wrote tirelessly on the walls in Egypt, or Kemet is what it really is. But, you know, people call it today Egypt. They they wrote tirelessly on the pillars, on the ceilings, on the walls, everywhere. It's like they knew that one day somebody's going to take the information away and you won't even know what happened. So it's like they knew something.
Exactly. Oh, yes, they knew something, surely. Surely they knew something. But we have to wake up and not let politics interfere with our right to assemble, our right to bear arms. You know, we came up here by force, and we don't leave by force. This is how, I just make this up.
Right.
You know, so this is how this whole things work. And you know, it amazes me how when whites are talking about this, see, they don't look at the historical facts of this. They don't.
Right.
We didn't come over here willingly. We did not. My ancestors did not ask to be here. They were taken by force for free labor, which is what we're getting in the penal system of America. The same thing. But yet, they don't want to talk about that. But where was our lives matter is from 1619 to 1968.
Right. Nowhere to be found.
And that's a real conversation.
Yeah.
Nowhere to be found. So when we talk about Hillary and Trump and all these politicians, I'll ask them the same question. See, they cannot have a conversation with a real fool.
Yeah.
You know, Roland Martin can set them straight. He knows a lot of information. But they need to talk to a real fool.
Right. And they keep us hushed up. They don't want certain voices to be heard.
If I ask you that question, you're going to shut up.
Yeah. You're right. I agree with you 100%. They don't want to hear They don't want somebody who actually studied this stuff to come in and actually let them know what's going on. I heard some people earlier today on the radio saying, "Oh, I thought racism was over." I'm like, "What?" You know, it's people calling in on another show I was listening to on the radio, and they were like, "Yeah, I thought racism was over till all this kicked up." And that's reality. A lot of people feel like racism was ended when Barack Obama got elected because they put a black face in a high place. They made everybody feel like, "Oh, well, ain't no racism. What you crying about? You got a black president. What else you want? You know, what you crying about now?"
And Chris, you know for yourself, that's the biggest part outside of the freaking Vietnam War. What kind of
Exactly.
sense does that even make? That makes no sense. How could they think that when we still support India and they have a damn caste system? See, let's be real. Let's just get for real.
Mm-hmm.
They calling me and being that stupid. So you don't. You letting somebody dictate how you think, and you don't even read up yourself. I mean, I've been to India. I was there for a month. Now you gonna sit here and say some stupidity like that? Let's for real. Let's get serious.
Oh, they was dead serious too. That's the thing about it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. They were dead serious. I mean, there's people that really don't understand. And that's why I wrote that book, Racism Understanding the Basics, so that people can actually understand the basics. Because people feel like, oh, it's just name calling. They call them a nigger or they call them a honky. Or that name calling stuff is all emotional. We ain't talking about no emotions. We talking about reality. There's actual systems that are stopping us from progress that are, you know, it's set up like that. And it's not even just about black and white. It's about really a power structure versus everybody. And people just won't wake up to see that. And see that it is what it is. This stuff is serious. It's not a joke.
No, you're absolutely correct. And this stuff is serious. But here, you know, because you mentioned also in here about Hillary and Donald. Let me, you know, I am not the political guru. However, I got enough historical knowledge in my database, meaning my brain, to let me know they both still are some ish, okay? Both of them. You know, I know we say, okay, we got to pick the less of the two evils. Well, when the election comes, I can write in I can sit up and write my vote in Chris Monroe. Boom, there you go.
I got a vote. I got one vote for president.
So exactly. So they don't want to have real conversation. You know, one of my closest friends is a white Canadian. I mean, we ride or die to the end. You hear me? This is my girl. You know, and it's interesting. Canadians' perspective on race is different. And then the black Canadians I know, they don't have the same, they have racial issues, but they're different from the struggles of black Americans. But they do have race issues. Mm-hmm. But in terms of the politicians and all this foolishness, they are, I mean, come November, these people got work to do if they are really trying to make a change.
Yeah.
So make some changes now before you even get elected. Show us that you about that business before you even get elected. Because they can do it. They both got
the numbers in the description. Hot Pizza 516-418-5565.
They would make some serious changes. They really, really would. Because we can sit here and talk about what's happening now, but our penal system is basically a legal form of slavery because you're paying inmates 11 cents an hour. For real, dog?
Yeah, like it ain't nothing.
Minimum wage was $7.75. Big family. Well, we privatize it to get cheap labor. Well, you damn wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to have that conversation. See, they don't want to talk to real people about real-ish. You know, because these are just some kind of questions I was posed to them. Barack Obama stood all around this race stuff, which is why, Eric Gardner's sister walked up out that panel discussion. You don't want people to talk about real stuff. So you say, okay, well, Chris, when you come on this show, you can't say this, that, and the third. We're not even talking about that. Why? This is a mock.
Yeah.
So why you have this if we can't? Barack Obama's father is black. His mother is white. So his tenor of growing up as a black man in America is not the same as Chris Monroe. I get that. But you would think because he has married a South Side Chicago sister, that he should be able to resonate what is going on with black people in America. His presidency is ending, yet he has unequivocally refused to say, this race shit gotta stop.
Right.
You know, The illegal killing of blacks gotta stop. He refuses to emphatically say that. So for me personally, I lose respect for that. That has nothing to do with the power that he has in terms of getting stuff passed through. That can come out of his mouth. But you keep stunning and you leave it up out of here real soon. See, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah,
You got two daughters.
And that's the thing too.
Either one of them could be Sandra Bland.
You're right, exactly. Till they say they name Obama, they can't treat her like Sandra Bland. But the thing is, I don't understand how anybody in their I don't understand how anybody in their right mind could vote Hillary Clinton. I don't care what the situation is. How can we bounce back and forth from Bush to Clinton to Bush to Clinton and cry about say we want some change? You got to be a damn fool to be supporting Hillary Clinton, and that's straight up. And that, I know Trump ain't good either, but in a lot of people's mind. But in reality, there's no way in my mind I could go back and forth from no Bush to Clinton. But I'm saying that things ain't good. Who could be a fool to do that?
Chris, I get what you're saying, but keep in mind, see, you always say that Hillary is dangerous, etc. Donald Trump is dangerous. Donald Trump refuses to separate himself from white supremacy. We black. You and I black.
Well, let me tell you the truth though. Can Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton really separate themselves from white supremacy? Being real, no, they can't. Neither one of them can.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Remember when Reverend White was talking all that Yankee doc when Barack Obama was going up for the first presidency? Mm-hmm. What did he do? What did he do?
He threw him under the bus like it wasn't no tomorrow.
Let me tell you something. You do what you do when you want something. You do what you do when you want something.
Yeah.
You do what you do when you want something because you don't need the presidency. You wanted the presidency. So you do what you do when you want something. So yes, he can do that. He can do that. They make back deals all the time. All the time. Be them legal or illegal. That's what politicians do. Okay? The legal are Costa Nostra. I done told you we need to have a conversation on here about the mob tenants and politics in America. This is nothing but a legal mob.
Yeah.
So I'm saying he can do something about it. He can. Open up your freaking mouth and say, hey, I don't support that like that. I'm not with that. Matter of fact, don't even endorse me. He can say something, but he won't. So as a person of color, I got serious issues with that.
I just really believe that neither one of them can really separate.
Issues with that, Chris.
I just don't believe neither one of them can really separate themselves from white supremacy. That's just real talk. I just don't believe it. Even if they say whatever they say, they cannot separate themselves because they are the system.
You're absolutely correct, and I'm sure you heard your grandparents say this, okay? I have to hold Chris accountable for what he said until he showed me otherwise. So when you tell me that you ain't with that, and I see that you are with that, that's a whole other discussion. So I'm gonna hold you to your word for now. And then when I see you over there with, the swastika in there, now we don't have
a whole swastika.
Now we don't have this conversation.
Right.
But I have to keep you to your word until you show me you cannot keep your word, Chris. I have to.
Yeah, you're right.
Old folks used to always say, if I don't have nothing else, if my word is good to somebody, my word will go a long way more than money, and they are not lying. So if he kicks himself to the curb with these people, then I'm going to excommunicate myself with all that rhetoric over here.
Yeah.
And then he shows us a new side. Hey, that means your word ain't your bond, Holmes. Your word is not your bond. You full of yakidoc, as my husband said. You full of yakidoc.
Right. Well, the thing I do, the thing I see with them, though, I try not to go exactly off everything the media say, too, because you got to remember, they portray everything to be something way bigger than it is, or they exaggerate things bigger than it is, and they make it like, oh, look what he did, and he really didn't do this, or she didn't do that. Hillary Clinton does it, too, and I'm not saying either one of these people are perfect, but you got to remember that it's a system. They're trying to make you think a certain way. Whenever somebody trying to make me do something in a certain way, I'm going to do the complete opposite. If they want me to do this, I ain't doing that because you want me to do that. Why am I going to fulfill what you want me to do? You see what I'm saying? If they telling me that if the media tells me vote Hillary Clinton, everybody go for Clinton. Like, wait a minute, why is everybody saying go for Clinton? Something ain't right here. Something just don't add up here. If all the media, MSNBC, CNN, all them telling you to be for Hillary Clinton, why would I want to be for Hillary Clinton just because they told me? Just the fact that they told me means go the other way. Automatically to me. Am I wrong on that?
No, of course not. Of course not. No, you're not wrong. You're saying I'm not going with the status quo. Got it. I got it. But what I'm saying to you, I want you to understand a different spin on this entire situation as a man of color. White supremacy, and we can talk about what the Irish did to the blacks, and one day you were talking and you had an Irish person in there talking about we were the first slaves. Girl, if you didn't get about somebody, again, you for real? Really, for real? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, that was first slaves. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, whatever. So I'm saying that as a person of color, I cannot even be with that just in facts. GP, they all fit.
Yeah.
Recognize they all fit.
You're right.
Every last one of them. It's the law. It's legal.
You are correct.
It's the legal tenets of the mafia.
Yeah, you're right. It's some crooked stuff. That's why they said crooked Hillary. You know, like I said, I don't think Donald Trump's that much better, but I know he's at least 20 times better than Hillary Clinton. And I don't even have to look deep to see that. I mean, just straight up, you know. I mean, and I know, like I said, he ain't perfect, and he ain't that, you know. But I know ain't no way that Hillary Clinton deserved to be in his White House from the stuff she's done, the stuff she supported over the years, and all of a sudden we just supposed to forget it. And Trump's so bad, so don't even look at him. Don't even listen to nothing he say, and just vote Hillary. No, I ain't no damn fool. And I'm going to give you the last word because I got to get off of here and get the next call and go to the break.
Well, of course, like I say, I mean, I get you. She's a crook, he's a crook too. His business dealings in New Jersey let a lot of people without money and all that stuff. Now, granted, in terms of business, I get the filing for bankruptcy. Got it, get it, got it. You're going to use the law in your favor. However, now you're trying to run for the presidency, and when you think about the lives that you destroy, I think this is why, again, think about this when you were a kid, maybe your parents did it or your grandparents. The way you treat people today, you don't know how that stuff is going to come back on you.
Mm-hmm.
2 years from now, 30 years from now, you never know how that cipher is going to come back on your tail.
You're right.
This is why you have to be good to people. This is not even about religion. This is why you have to be good to people now. Because you don't know how this is going to come back full circle later on down the road.
You're right. What goes around comes around. All right, Liz.
The cycle. Ain't the chemic, better recognize.
That's how we do it. Liz Abidi, thanks a lot for the call, all right?
All right, talk to you later, Chris.
All right, see you. And that's how we do it, family. If you want to call in, the number is 516-418-5565. It's 516-418-5565. One race, the human race. That's what they're saying over here on Busker. Like I say, we are broadcasting all the way live on 4 streams. We got YouTube going. We got the Facebook Live. We got the Periscope going and Busker. And that's how we do it. Call in if you got something to say. 516-418-5565. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, I got some more audio clips from the shooter in Baton Rouge that was from Missouri, from Kansas City. We're going to see what's really happening out there. And we'll chop it up more in a moment. Right back before you know it.
This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, reminding you about the Chris Monroe Show each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we chop it up about current events, news, politics, entrepreneurship, and a whole lot more. But guess what? We're trying to expand this show. That's right. You want to make it at least 5 days a week, maybe even more, and you can help. You can help by going to GoFundMe.com I'll Stay Woke. Help us out with our GoFundMe campaign. Just launched it, and we need your support. Go ahead and give $5, $10, $20, even more.
That's right,
Give
Tio.
what you can, and if not, go ahead and share it out to your Twitter and Facebook. It's much greatly appreciated. All you gotta do is go to GoFundMe.com/I'll Stay Woke. Do what you do, be who you be. And you know what else? I'ma see you before you see me. Are you seeking an affordable way to promote your business, product, service, nonprofit organization, or even an event? Visit ChrisMonroeSTL.com. There are several options available for advertising opportunities. Find out advertising rates at ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Promote within the website itself. Promote on our YouTube videos. Promote everywhere within our network. Be heard, be found, increase sales. ChrisMonroeSTL.com is the place to find out more. Several options are available that will go with any budget. ChrisMonroeSTL.com.
It was 2 years ago that James Clark
we're
of Better
live.
Family Life found
You
former
can call
gang
up,
member
too.
Kenneth McLean.
You lose somebody around here like every month or so, like it's inevitable. Or somebody in your block is going to die because of mistaken identity.
Better Family Life offers an initiative to fight gang crime. They say there are hundreds of gang members living in the St. Louis area. One of them was McLean.
If it's going to change your life, it's going to
Thanks
change
for
your
that donation over here on Busker.
Eventually, you're not
Somebody
gonna
gave me
get away
$1
with
on
the
Busker.
option
Hey,
of a
I like
life
Busker. They like to give you some
without
money. I like that place.
the penitentiary,
Got a stream
or
over
you
there
may
every
wind
time.
up dead.
McLean dealt and used drugs. A series of temporary jobs and watching friends shot and killed in front of his eyes seemed to get in his way of obtaining a college degree. The odds were against him when he decided it was time to turn his life around.
Think about their situation and think about, you know, how much better their life would be if they had more education or just more knowledge on the things that are out here.
And youth violence affects communities big and small and people of all races and colors. Better Family Life is on a mission to make a difference and make our streets safer.
We can't go in and march. We can't go in and hold a rally. We've got to go in and sit down with individuals and bring resources. Individuals will get out of gangs. Individuals will become law-abiding citizens if given the right access to resources.
Learn more about the Better Family Life Cultural, Educational, and Business Center at 5415 Page Boulevard in St. Louis, Missouri, 63112. This great organization has plenty to offer the community. Visit their website, betterfamilylife.org. That's betterfamilylife.org. This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Say Woke, Chris Monroe, and I got a question for you. Do you understand racism? Do you think that racism only refers to calling people names or out of their names? Well, it goes a whole lot deeper than that. Check out my book, Racism, Understanding the Basics. In this book, I break down all the elements that have been used to attack black people in America and throughout the world. The cover of this
Talking
book
about the
names
shooting,
a few
talking about
things.
politics,
Some people see it
and in
and
the
say,
second
oh,
hour
they
we'll be
see
talking
black and
about
white
child
people coming
support.
together to make one unit, and everybody's going to be happy and kumbaya. But I don't think so. The top shows a struggle. Now, there's two philosophies in this. You can pick the side that you feel is good for you and your family. But I'm going to tell you the truth in this book, Racism, Understanding the Basics. We need our own elements, and that's exactly what we're going to show you in this book. Check it out at ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Do what you do, be who you be, and I'm going to see you before you see me.
Hey, do you know where I can get like those big RBG banners?
Yeah, man. Go down to ChrisMonroeSTL.com. They got the big RBG banners, the little RBG banners, snapback hats, the RBG Africa snapback hats, and a whole lot more.
Well, how much does it cost? Does it cost a lot?
Well, it's actually quite affordable. And as a matter of fact, you can get these items and it's free shipping anywhere in the United States. Go ahead and visit that website, ChrisMonroeSTL.com.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and log on there. I'm going to see if they can get me some of this cool stuff, man, because I see y'all rocking that RBG stuff all the time.
Yeah, man, do it. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did. ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Free shipping. Don't forget, ChrisMonroeSTL.com.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We're back live with the Chris Monroe Show. You got an opinion? You want to voice your opinion? All you got to do now. Dial that number, 516-418-5565. You heard me? 516-418-5565. Don't forget to press the one. Back
And we are back live on the Chris Monroe Show. The phone lines are ready for you at 516-418-5565. The number is 516-418-5565. Make sure you press the 1. That lets me know you want to be put in. Talking about politics a little bit, along with the shootings in Baton Rouge, the shootings in Dallas, and, you know, what more shootings are on the way. Do anybody think more shootings are going to be coming in the future on the police? Put a 3 in if you think yes. Put in a 1 if you think no in the comments. Put in a 3 if you think more shootings are coming like this, or 1 if you think no. 3, 3, 3. Canada Dry says 3 on Periscope. 3. Darrell says 3. Everybody saying 3. Hey. So it looks like it's going to, yeah, 3. Pink Monkey Coupons, 3. 3. Yep, it looks like it's going to be some more dangerous stuff. So that basically this stuff never going in. So the next president got it in for them. It look like they're going to have a problem on their hands. You know, and I wanted to play another clip from Galvin Long, the shooter of the alleged shooter down in Louisiana in Baton Rouge. He talks about revolution. Gives you the mindset of what he was thinking at the time prior to what he did, or what they say he did down in Louisiana.
And look, let's just go with the numbers. Let's go with the history. 100% of revolutions, of victims fighting their oppressors, from victims fighting their bullies, 100% have been successful through fighting back, through bloodshed. 0 have been successful just over simply protesting. It has never worked and it never will. You gotta fight back. That's the only way a bully knows to quit. He doesn't know words. He can't understand words, I promise you. He doesn't understand protest. If y'all want to keep protesting, do that. But for the serious ones, the real ones, the alpha ones, we know what it's going to take. It's only fighting back or money. That's all they care about. Revenue and blood. Revenue and blood. Revenue and blood. Nothing else. Don't even think about it.
So was young Galvin there, was he correct? All they understand is revenue and blood? All this other stuff just make you feel good, but do they only understand revenue and blood? Bloodshed or money? If you ain't affecting them two, they don't feel it. Do you agree with him? Do you think he's right with what he said? You know, I mean, I know he's correct with that, and no revolution has ever made it from talking about just peaceful protesting and all of that. That's nice and make you feel good, but it's the truth. It's the stone cold truth. You say he is wrong, Hot Pizza. Make sure you call in, Hot Pizza. I want to talk to you. And whoever else in here to disagree with anything I say, make sure you call up at 516-418-5565. The number is 516-418-5565. Make sure you press the 1. Looks like we have about 7 or 8 callers in there. If you press the 1, that means you want to be put in. Other than that, that means you're just listening in. But, you know, what he said there is real. You know, and do you agree with the point when he's saying that if you are basically rallying and protesting, is that a feminine trait only? Do men even supposed to be out protesting, talking about hands up, don't shoot, please don't kill me, boss? Is that the really way that things are going to change? You know, I know everybody wants unity and love and all of this. I want that too. But in reality, you know, you got to live in reality one day. It feels good to say one thing, you know, but in reality, you got to do another. So I'm going to take the next call here, calling in from the 813 area code. You're now live on the Chris Monroe Show. Who is this?
It's Tio.
Tio, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, man, I was just I just want to call and comment and ask you a couple questions, man.
Can you turn up your phone a little bit, or is it just me? Hold on, let me make sure it's not me.
Hold on. You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. My first question is, how can somebody pray to the same oppressor, God, that they oppress? I mean, how can you pray to somebody that kept your people oppressed for so long, and then you still pray to the same God that they pray to them for forgiveness for everything that they did to you?
Well, that's a good question. How can we just keep praying to the same God of the oppressor?
Okay, go ahead. Right.
Yeah, the same God of the oppressor, because that's why they made the image of Christ white. They want to put that image in your mind because your mind cannot remove what it hears or what it sees. It stays in, it stays in your subconscious. So that's why they made a white Jesus to make us feel good and say, oh, white people can do no wrong in our subconscious.
Yeah, but that's all about the religion, though. If everybody always looking at this white Jesus like this white Jesus is so supreme, which them the only being 13% of this universe, of this earth, how can the whole universe, how can the whole earth feel one way about this simple race? They did that, like you said, from killing. At the end of the day, it all come right from that. But at the end of the day, they still ruling. They still do everything. They make the money, they produce the money, and they put the value on the money. And that's what we live for, their money. We live for everything that they produce or everything that they think is right. And I think that's what a black man go wrong with in the beginning. Because if you always believe in what somebody's teaching or what somebody's saying, then it's like, okay, I can tell you to jump up a bridge, there's $1 million down there. But at the end of the day, that's the way you're going to find out that you jump up the bridge.
Right. Yeah, we can't, and I talk about this in my book. That's the last part of my book, In Racism, Understanding the Basics. Religion is used as a tool of white supremacy. It's one of the major tools. Whether we want to agree with that or not, is what it is. And
People need to follow things, though. As in people need guidance. Some people need guidance. Everybody don't need guidance. So when you say something like that right there, you gotta define why you telling them, that like that specifically. Meaning, okay, some people gotta go to church. Everybody don't gotta go to church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people gotta go to church just to feel good within. Just to make themselves feel good. They done been a devil all week, but the last day of the week, they consider the last day of the week, they consider they is reborn again come Monday morning.
Yeah. Like I said, I break it down in my book in detail, and it's not just about, and I'm not bashing anybody's religion. You can believe whatever you want to believe, but just know, I have to qualify with that, because some people feel like, oh, you're talking about my Jesus, I'm out of here, pew! And like, hey, I'm just telling you the truth, if you can handle the truth, and I can prove it to you, not just tell you that I said something or whatever, and you could be a Christian. There's nothing wrong with that. You could be, whatever religion you want, but you have to understand where it comes from and what's the purpose of it. There's a reason for it. It's not just to make you feel a certain, and it's to make you feel a certain way. That's really all it's about. Crowd control, really. There's no higher power you can get to, but higher than religion.
Right. They call it where it's basically control, like you said, but it's another word for it. Where it's mind control, basically. They don't even keep you all focused on one thing. You need never worry about the opposite thing. Now, back to the topic that you had at hand, though. I feel personally, I feel like, okay, now it's 2016. They ain't lynching us no more like in the early 16, 1700s, 1800s. They shooting us now. So it ain't all about the lynching going away. So it's all about how we can lynching modern time into a modern day slavery, which will be prison. They found a way to enslave everybody versus just one race, and then make it look good at the same time, because now you got every race in jail, but you got 50% of blacks in jail. You got 10% of this and 5% of that and 3% of that. So when it all said and done, I was in prison, so I know how they put in the statistic. You might be in prison with 20 Chicos in your dorm, and it's 30 white boys and it's 70 black people. But at the end of the day, they say it's 45% white and it's 55% black. So it's looking like it's more of a even versus a opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, the numbers don't even add up. The disparity is deep. And the prison industrial complex is real. The legal system is used against us on every level. There's never really been a law that I can see that has been in the benefit really of us when you look at the whole picture.
Right.
Even though people might say, well, what about Obamacare? That helps us. I don't see it,
That's all like 1858, though. You got to keep in mind, at 1858, first thing happened was they enslaved. That was the first police officer made to it. So now you got slavery. You got police officers running around looking for slaves. Now it done went from being looking for the slaves to looking for regular people. Now this is off the grid. In order to be successful, you got to do the right thing. Okay, now when you come to the black community, everybody in the black community don't have nothing already. And I introduce something to you so you can make something. and then you turn back around and come back and give everybody for this. Now, with that being said, you're going to call it entrapment. But how can I entrap you? How can I entrap you? How can I entrap you when I know I can't put a music? See, now, with that being said, you gotta think about, we come to the black community to more of a, it's more like a test. We know what we can do over here. This is why we pick the police officers and watch the community. And right outside the community, we got 2 police officers patrol the whole county. Because we're going to put the problem in the black community to always have a problem in the black community.
Oh yeah, what about black on black crime? What about this? What about that? It's always something. But, you know, we are running around in their system, so it's not built for us. The country was never built for us, whether we want to know that or not. The American dream is us. We was part of the American dream. Slavery, or actually having free labor and free land. That was the American dream for people coming over from Europe or wherever they came from.
Yeah, you come, you get free slaves, and you get free land. Of course, I understand that right there, but they're going to catch for the free stuff. Okay, now, how in the world could, you know, say the black people of today's time allow the Caucasians, and when I say Caucasian, I'm not being racist, I mean in a gentle way. I think allow the Caucasians to always still do the same thing. Now, you have the same rights as them to obtain the same goals and the same means that they have. But at the same time, if you never, when they released us from slavery, they released us as savages, meaning everything that they released us as slaves, the only thing we knew how to do was plant, grow, and crops, and how to pick them, and when to pick them. They didn't release us with no knowledge, no understanding, no reading. It was forbidden for us to read. So 90% of the slaves came up out of that ignorance, which will be going on today. You know, back then, you were guys, you know, and you had to read. You know, you learn how to read. But right now, you can't even pay these children to read.
Exactly. They got us in a mental form of psychosis. Like we're mentally enslaved, literally. Mentally prisoners of war.
Yeah, but that's a John Lynch theory, though. If I can make you hate a light-skinned person because of your skin complexion, then I can keep you enslaved to thinking the way you think forever. Because guess what? You got to also keep in mind, everybody base everything on facts. If they can't say, I seen it or my preacher told me this, they don't give a damn what it is. Even when your hat you got on, I love that hat. That's why I'm watching your show, because of your hat.
You can get it on my website, ChrisMonroeSTL.com. If you like that hat, check it out.
I heard everything on your answer machine.
Oh, okay, there you go.
To the fight again. Your hat intrigued me. That's what made me start, you know what I'm saying, following you and listening to you. But anyway, like, I believe it's going to be more shooting. Let me tell you why I believe it's going to be more shooting. First and foremost, it's people out here in this world that don't want to go through what they're going through. And it ain't that they're going through nothing that we can deal with, because everybody got their own problems. But they go fight to it. They feel like their problems going to outweigh what the problems of the world is. That's why you had that one dude come do that. And you notice everybody who's doing this, that's really, really doing this, they got something to do with the army. They got something to do with the Navy. They got something to do with these people, first and foremost, because they done brainwash these people. These people been killing black people. They get you over there thinking you're going to kill Arabs and white people, but you're killing black people. You go there, all you see is black people. So you ain't killing no other race, you killing your race.
You're
so
right.
You got to come back and deal with your race, because they're going to treat you like shit. That's why these veterans live the way they live. That's why you got veterans standing on the corner begging for money and stuff like that right there. How the fuck you going to fight for a country that don't even love you? Every black person that fight in the army, fighting in a war for America, they fighting for a country that won't even take up for them.
You're right. Black people have died. Black people have died in every major war in this country since before the country was even a country. Black people have fought in every major war in this country. But I'm going to let you get the last word, because I got to get up out of here.
That's all right to the Moors, though. Shit, they allow this shit to go on.
Right.
But you can't blame black people for that. Hey, man, listen, man, slavery is a part of life at some point in time.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everything falls back to the 9. And when they hit the 9, guess what? Everything going to revolve into the 9. All race must come back to one race. That's why no other race want to mix with our race, because at the end of the day, they're going to be considered as black. If they keep making with black, that's what's going to happen. They're going to erase their existence again.
Yeah. I agree with you, T.O. All right. Thanks for calling in. All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks a lot. All All right, that's how we do it, family. We take your phone calls in at 516-418-5565. That's 516-418-5565. Make sure you go ahead and press the 1 if you want to come in on the show. And we put you in just like that because we're broadcasting all the way live on Busker, broadcasting all the way live on Periscope, giving those hearts. I see hearts, don't I? Is that a heart? Hearts. And then we got Facebook Live over here, and we got the YouTube Live. We're doing a 4-time stream. That's how we do it. Let's see what we got to see from Brother Leo. We got you on the line on the Chris Monroe Show. How you doing?
Hey, doing good, Chris, brother. How you doing? How's everybody doing in the broadcast there, Periscope? Good to see everybody.
Everybody is doing good. It looks like they all here, so we all must be doing something good, right?
That's right. Just wanted to drop this gem real quick because I know Trump is having trouble today at the convention. There's a little bit of unrest, but I don't know if you heard about this guy named Larry Klayman. He is suing, get this, he is suing President Obama through a lawsuit. President Obama, Louis Farrakhan, Black Lives Matter, Reverend Al, Eric Holder, you know the guys, Republican say, he's suing them because he said that those folks are endangering his life as a white man. And he blames them for all the cop shootings and all the violence that's going on currently in the world. So I think that's absurd, and I think under Trump, more of this is going to happen. And you file a lawsuit against somebody that doesn't have anything to do with your life or endangering your life as a white person, but they're going to blame it. I think that's called a false flag, when you try and blame someone else for something that they had nothing to do with to hide the true agenda. So I just wanted to drop that off about that lawsuit.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be some trouble there, ain't it?
Yeah, it's not going to go far. He's not going to make it far in court, but people are picking up that ideology. You know how it was when people picked up the fact that they say Obama was a Muslim. They like to believe these type of lies, you understand, Chris? So it could pick up some steam, as you already see. More people are blaming Black Lives Matter. Anytime a cop gets shielded.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you something first, too, Leo. Is President Obama a Muslim?
Of course he's not.
Let me ask the people in the chat room, because, they like to participate. If you think Obama is a Muslim, put in a 3. If you don't think so, put in a 1. If you think Barack Obama's a Muslim, put in a 3. If you don't think so, put in a 1. Say 1 real quick. 1. He's starting already. 3.
And you see, that's my point.
Oh, all right. So most people don't think he's a Muslim. Okay.
That's a tactic, Chris, as you know, that's a tactic of the white supremacists. They always like to tell blacks what they are and what they are not. So that's a tactic they use to try and paint President Obama, as somehow other than American. He's a Muslim. He's somehow tied to terrorism. He's some other than American. And that's a disgrace because, as you know, we have freedom of religion in this country. So white supremacists, I should say, always use that trick to wherein they want to make you seem like you're something other than American. Then the laws, even if you are American, they don't want the laws to apply to you.
You're
as
right.
a black man. They don't want the Second Amendment laws and gun rights to apply to you. They don't want free religion to apply to you. That's all that trick is. That's just a trick of the white supremacists to say Obama is a Muslim.
All right. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to see where the people thought about it. I didn't know. I just had to ask.
Yeah, and this is a shout out to this coward named Hot Pizza. He's sitting in there in the chat room trolling. He needs to call on in, man. You look at him, he's a white man. He needs to call on in to defend himself, man. He's so pitiful, so cowardly. I know if you had a woman or a wife, she has to be so pitiful to have a man like you. Call in, Hot Pizza.
Hot Pizza on Periscope. He calling you out.
Yeah.
Hot Pizza.
Such a coward, man. I don't like cowards like that. Because he has his hoods up. And you know how the Klan is. They have their hood up and they hide behind their sheets. And they'll never, ever call in and debate anyone. He's just like the cops. I'll leave you with this, Chris. The cops do the same thing. You never, ever, someone pointed this out to me the other day, you'll never, ever see a cop getting a one-on-one fist fight with anybody, ever. They're always in a group. And they always usually have guns, tasers, billy clubs. You never, ever see them fight one-on-one. And so that's how Hot Pizza is. He's an old coward, has his hood up. I know he's not going to call in.
Wow.
So I just wanted to leave you with that, Chris, bro.
All
Keep
right.
up the good work in the show. And Trump's going to lose in a landslide. As I showed you those polls, Hillary's up 87% with black votes. Trump has 7%. So Trump's not looking too good right now, bro.
All right. I hear you. We gonna see what happens in a few months. So, all right, Leo. Thanks for calling in.
Right. Take care, bro.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah. That's how we do it, family. 516-418-5565. Coming up in the next hour of the show, we're going to be talking to Quentin J. Tyson. He made a movie called Who's Now My Daddy's Keeper. It's about child support. We're going to be chopping it up with him coming up here in the next few minutes, starting in the second hour of the show. And we're taking more of your phone calls at 516-418-5565. We're going to go over to this caller calling in from the 678 area code. You're now on the Chris Monroe Show. Who is this? Hello? 678-789 number. Who is this? Hello. Going once. Going twice. So, I sold it to you. Hot Pizza, he called you a coward. He said you won't call up here on Periscope. Wow. But, Leo, that's what I was going to tell you before you got off. You said you never saw a police officer get into a one-on-one fight. Check out my Instagram. I posted a video of a police officer in a one-on-one fight. It was actually a one-on-one fight, but the hood jumped in on him. On my Instagram, at Chris Monroe STL. Check it out, my IG, at Chris Monroe STL. There was a fight. The dude was rolling on the ground and all that, and the hood kicked the police and got him off the dude. The dude got up and ran off. It's real funny, really. It's about a 1 minute video. You know, it's only 1 minute if it's on Instagram, at Chris Monroe STL. Check that out. But yeah, like I said, coming up here in the net, yeah, you saw Monique Mills. Who else is up here just came in? Put your name in if you just came in. Give you a shout out before we start the second end of the show here. You got the hood got him. You saw it? Did you see that, Brandon? Yeah, the hood got him. Like Denzel in Training Day. Wow. What's up, Nick Nack? I didn't see you in here. Monique Mills. Shouts out to you. Who else we got up in here that just came that I didn't see yet? I see a lot of people came in Periscope. So like I said, we doing a Periscope stream. We doing a Busker stream. We doing a YouTube live. And we got the Facebook live going on over here. That's right. I don't care for police either. We have a problem with police brutality. Hey, police brutality been going on for a very long time. It ain't just started yesterday. But yeah, like I said, we're going to start up the second half of the show. And we'll be talking to Quentin J. Tyson, talking about the movie Who's Now My Daddy's Keeper. Is talking about child support and dissecting it. That's coming up in the second hour of the show. And we'll be taking your calls on that when we come back just after this break.
This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, reminding you about the Chris Monroe Show each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we chop it up about current events,
Periscope, I'm about to restart this stream, so it's in the second hour. So just come right back. And when you come right back, swipe and invite. So I'm going to restart this Periscope. Just come right back.
And you can help. You can help by going to GoFundMe.com/I Stay Woke. Help us out with our GoFundMe campaign. Just launched it, and we need your support. Go ahead and give $5, $10, $20, even more. Give what you can, and if not, go ahead and share it out to your Twitter and Facebook. It's much greatly appreciated. All you got to do is go to GoFundMe.
I got to restart Facebook too?
/I Stay Woke.
Because I know they can only go for so long on these things.
You know what else? I'ma see you
before you see me.
Are you seeking an affordable way to promote your business, product, service, nonprofit organization, or even an event? Visit ChrisMonroeSTL.com. There are several options available for advertising opportunities. Find out advertising rates at ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Promote within the website itself. Promote on our YouTube videos. Promote everywhere within our network. Be heard, be found, increase sales. ChrisMonroeSTL.com is the place to find out more. Several options are available that will go with any budget. ChrisMonroeSTL.com.
It was 2 years ago that James Clark with Better Family Life found former gang member Kenneth McLean.
You lose somebody around here like every month or so, like it's inevitable. Or somebody in your block is going to die because of mistaken identity.
Better Family Life offers an initiative to fight gang crime. They say there are hundreds of gang members living in the
And I'm going to restart this Facebook too. Facebook Live, coming right back on the second stream for Facebook Live, because I think it only lets you do an hour anyway. Welcome back, Periscope. I'm going to end this broadcast and start another one up for the second hour. We're talking about child support.
A series of temporary jobs and watching friends shot and killed.
Swipe and invite if you can over here on Periscope. Share it to your followers, share it to your Twitter, share it to your Facebook.
The odds were against him when he decided it was time to turn his life around.
Think about their situation and think about you know, how much better their life would be if they had
Starting
more
up the
education
second one. What's up,
or
KC Biz
more
Boss?
knowledge on the things that are out here.
How you doing? How you doing? Pink Monkey Coupons is back.
People of all races and colors. Better Family Life is on a mission
Trying to get my
make a
tech
difference,
game strong.
and
What's
they
up,
are
Tiffany Gal?
We can't go in and march. We can't go in and hold a rally. We've got to go in and sit down with individuals and bring resources. Individuals will get out of gangs. Individuals will become law-abiding citizens if given the right access to resources.
Learn more about the Better Family Life Cultural, Educational, and Business Center at 5415 Page Boulevard in St. Louis, Missouri, 63112. This great organization has plenty to offer the community. Visit their website, betterfamilylife.org. That's betterfamilylife.org. This is the student master teacher, Mr.
Oh man, this thing's starting to act stupid. I knew that was gonna happen.
Do you understand racism? Do you think that racism only refers to calling people names or out of
Look
their
like
names?
Busker's still going. Who's looking on Busker?
Check out my book,
Who is this watching?
Racism, Understanding the Basics. In this book, I break down all the elements that have been used to attack black people in America and throughout the world. The cover of this book may confuse some of you. Some people see it and they say, oh, they just see black and white people coming together to make one unit and everybody's going to be happy and kumbaya. But I don't think so. The top shows.
All right, I think we got Facebook Live.
You can pick the side that you feel is good for you
Let's
and
see
your
if I can
family.
do that like
But I'm
that.
gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah, Periscope dropping those hearts. Thank you, I appreciate
We
it.
need our own elements, and that's exactly
And
what
we
we're
are
gonna show you
going
in this
live.
book. Check it out at ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Do what you do, be who you be, and I'ma see you before you see me. Hey, do you know where I can
All right, welcome back. Facebook Live. We're going to the second hour of the show. All right. Invited 22 people. Thanks, D. Eileen Darling. I appreciate each and every invite you just sent. We're going to be starting the second hour of the Chris Monroe Show here in just a minute. Talking about child support. Busker's going good. YouTube's always going good. Facebook Live is up and running now. And we got the Periscope going with 36 people pumping those hearts. I thank you. Share it to your followers. Share it to your Twitter. Share it to your Facebook. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man, do it. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did. ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Free shipping. Don't forget, ChrisMonroeSTL.com. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We're back live with the Chris Monroe Show. You got a team? You want to voice your team? Oh, you got to do that. Dial that number, 516-418-5565. You heard me? 516-418-5565. Don't forget to press the one. That's the show.
And we are back now live on the second hour of the Chris Monroe Show. My name is Chris Monroe, the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke. I bring the news and the information to you to help you make better decisions in your life. I see we got everybody joining back in for the second hour online. We're streaming on a 4-time stream. We got Busker going. We got Periscope going. We got Facebook Live going. And we got YouTube Live. We're doing 4-time stream. Express Yourself, 1970. That song ain't that old. That song only from like the 80s. 1970. What you talking about over here on Facebook Live? But yeah, that's how we do it, family. This is a call-in radio show. The number is 516-418-5565. It's 516-418-5565. I got a special guest about to join me here in a moment. Quentin J. Tyson of the movie documentary, Who's Now My Daddy's Keeper? It's a good movie talking about child support and is it legal? How do you, how is the government using this against us? And I'm going to let him tell you a little bit more about that as we bring him in here now. Let's see if we got you there. Are you there, Quentin?
Hey, how you doing? You hear me?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome.
How you doing, man? Ready to be on and to tell the world about what child support is all about.
Child support. So there's a lot of men paying for this, huh? So we all don't understand what's going on with it. Can you tell the audience a little bit about you before you go into the movie?
Sure. My name is Quentin J. Tyson. I'm from the Wilds, Louisiana. I'm a up-and-coming filmmaker. I'm on my second documentary film on police brutality. The name of that film is called Why Do I Have to Die to Be Important? And it really features the life and struggles of a young lady named Miss Angela Houston, who was she was brutally beaten and had her arms separated by a racist cop. And that's the second film I'm working on. Actually, I started that film first, but I met her while I was shooting that film. Because I also now live in Maryland. I met a brother named Maurice Robinson Jr. at a police brutality meeting, and he approached me about helping him with his film. So I said, okay. But that's a little bit of my background. Like I said, my background, I am a up-and-coming filmmaker. I shot a lot of music videos. I did a lot of other small documentaries and stuff like that. But, I went to college a couple of times. I have a degree in film production and mass media editing. So that's pretty much my background.
So what is it that got you interested in making movies and making films?
What happened when I was in the Navy, believe it or not, I was a law enforcement officer in the Navy. And they asked me to be a part of this 9/11 post 9/11 film on, Homeland Security. And I was in it. I was in all the stunts and stuff like that. And I thought it was pretty cool. So, and another big thing is I don't watch television. And I don't go to a lot of movies. And I got sick and tired of watching so much BS on screen that I said, I'm going to make the movies I want to see.
That's right.
So,
that's what it comes down to, changing from the consumer mindset to the producer mindset. We have to produce some stuff, especially when it comes to, teaching or any other type of stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. So you got into movies from the military, and it just took off from there. I saw you had some in your documentary, Who's Now My Daddy's Keeper. You had Professor Griffin there, and you worked with any other names that people may recognize before?
In volume 1, we had Professor Griffin to come in there and just really lay it down. I didn't want to make a rhetorical film, but we asked Professor Griffin to come down from Atlanta. And he said, yeah, he came down there. In volume 2, we're going to have a lot more people. Volume 2, we're going to have all the public enemies. We're going to have Chuck B, 2 of the S1Ws, they're going to be in it. We have a brother named Amin Osiris. He is the God of law. Very, very powerful. But he's totally the champion of child support. He's going to be in the film. We 2 individuals, a brother from Texas, who was, this brother was sentenced to 6 to 9 months in jail for overpaying child support. Mr. Clinton, he's going to be in there. We have another brother from, if you watch the beginning of the film, you're going to see the 3 news clippings of those brothers from Tennessee, Texas, and Detroit. They're going to be in volume 2. So, they're going to tell the full story. We got a lot of women, we got a lot of women that's going to tell their story about child support as well.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm trying to get I'm working on negotiations to get with Scarface. Because he should be out, risk incarcerated period for not paying child support, and he's down.
So, when it comes to child support, has it always been that you can go to jail for not paying, or is that something that's just been implemented kind of recently, where you can go to jail for not paying child support?
Well, it goes like this. The U.S. says, first of all, everybody read their state constitution, right? It clearly states in every state constitution, no man should be able to go to jail for debt, right? In the film, I pulled out Maryland state constitution because we shot the film in Maryland, right? But it clearly states in everybody's state constitution, no man should go to debt for child support and alimony. Alimony is in the constitution.
Wow.
Why these brothers are going to jail? Yeah, it's true. I mean, look up. I'm gonna go get Missouri's constitution. I'm gonna show it to you.
So you're telling me, let me make sure I'm getting this right. So you're telling me that there's no way that you're not supposed to be able to go to jail or prison for a debt, meaning alimony, child support, or any type of debt. You're not supposed to be going to jail for that? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Why people are going to jail is because of contempt. That's the whole thing, right? Child support is a private industry. It's 100% private. It's 2 words that people get confused, right? You have child support collection, which is the father side, and there's child support enforcement. You see what I'm saying? And what happens is when they send you this summons to appear in a court, right? You are going there to make a contract. Whether you know, and that's how they got you. That's how you've been. A lot of these brothers go to jail is because of contempt of court.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
So failing to go to court?
I mean, no, it's not failing to go to court. If you even that too, but they're gonna say that too. But let's say if you go to court, right? They say, okay, you know, they're gonna give you these contracts, right? And we said this in the film. They're gonna every time you go to court, there's a double contract. Every time they ask you one question, anytime a question ends with, "Do you understand?" And if you are dumb enough to say, "Yes, I understand," you disagree to that contract. So when you go to court, never say I understand. Always say I comprehend, but I don't understand. Now what's going to happen is these judges, these magistrates, these attorneys, all of them work for the court. Understand it? They're not for you. They're for to continue the proceedings of a court. You know, of a court. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're to make sure it goes along smoothly. Because they got to get paid. You're paying for your own enslavement.
Right.
Our brothers go to jail is because they do not follow their own agreement. And that's how they get caught with child support.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
So it's a lot of legal maneuvering, slicky boy, dark rooms, smoke and mirrors, magic tricks.
Actually, it's not that easy, believe it or not. It's right in front of your face, but our people are so illiterate. We don't understand what civil law is about. And so we get intimidated. And we go in these courts, and we get so intimidated that we just say yes to anything, right? And that's how they get it. And we need to understand how the court system works. The court system works off of three dangerous words. It works off presumption, assumption, and consumption. That's how they get it, right? So every time you go into court, they put you in a jurisdiction or a right to speak. That's what jurisdiction means. And the right to speak is to make a contract. Every time we open our mouths, right, we're making a contract. We just don't know it. Even I'll give you a prime example. Check this out, right? You see this fine sister, right? She fat to death, right? You want to holler at her, right?
Okay.
Right? When you step to her, right, and you say, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" Whatever, right? Y'all talking, right? And if you make what is called proposal, you say, "Baby, let's go out to dinner. Baby, let's go whatever. You know, I'm gonna take you here, I'm gonna take you there," and she agrees to it, right? Those are considered proposals. These are all legal terms. We sit there talking, we spit game, but no, you're making a proposal. And what is the word they say? It's an old-fashioned word that black folks never picked up on. You're courting her. Remember, keep that phrase, courting her.
Courting, right?
When you go to a wedding, it's a court. It's a proceeding. When you go to a wedding, it's a procedure. When you go to a divorce, it's a proceeding. These are all legalese terms. We sitting there talking to these sisters, "Hey, baby, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to hook you up. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. I'm going to take care of you." Key line. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. And she's sitting there and saying, okay. It's now a legal agreement. See what I'm saying? These are called legal. These are contracts. See what I'm saying? Anytime somebody asks you a question, and they say, "Do you understand?" and you say yes, you just fell under their jurisdiction. You just agreed to whatever they say they're going to do to you, and nothing you can do about it.
And didn't even read the fine print.
They didn't even read the fine print. They don't even know fine print. You know what I'm saying? These are all terms. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who knows how the basic court systems work, and the attorneys and the prosecutors tell you, this is how it works. We go in these courts, they put you in a position to make a contract. And when you make a contract, they got you.
Right.
They got you.
So
you know, I'll give a good example. Check this out. When you go, first of all, child support court is a court of equity. I put it in the film. It's about equity. It's about property you don't even own. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah,
right.
When you get that birth certificate, you are property.
Exactly.
It's state property.
That Q-SIP on there, that number.
Yeah, you state property.
State property, dang, so like being in prison.
Yeah, it says it right there, though.
That's how you get to be born into sin. But that's another story.
Well, the thing about it is, right, like in the film, I tried to show the people the difference between a child and an heir, right? Because when a baby is born, a baby is an heir, right?
Right.
But when, hello?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. But when a baby gets a birth certificate, right, that means that baby has been registered to the state. And the word registered means, it means to collect. I put all this in the film. I put all of these terms, word for in the film. It means to collect. So now when that baby is registered to the state, right, it's now state property. So now you don't get sovereign, you get a remedy. Property, you know what I'm saying? So now it's about equity. Equity falls under civil law. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it falls under civil law, everybody, you have to go to an equity court. A child support court is an equity court. It's about property. And you're just paying the maintenance on property that only belongs to you. Ain't that something?
Yeah, that's crazy. So after all the research and stuff you've done, to do this movie on child support, would you suggest a woman with, maybe 1 or 2 kids with a man, would you suggest her to go put her man or ex-boyfriend on child support?
No, I do not suggest that.
And why not? And why not? Because some people could say they need money. They need money to take care of their kid.
But guess what, though? Right? Even though they need money to take care of their kids, they can still get it from the state. The state property. Even if you have a baby. If you have a baby right now, and your baby, if you have a birth certificate for that baby, you can still get state money. You just have to know how to get it. Because what happens is when a person goes to child support, they're not getting a lot of money. Child support is a debt collection agency, and 40% of the money that you pay in child support goes to the state.
Right.
To pay everybody else to keep them school. Right? You know what I'm saying? So that's how it works. So my thing is this. There's a way, in volume 2, me and Mr. Maurice Robinson Jr., the co-producer of the film, which is, I'm surprised he's not on the show right now, I told him to call in. We talked, and we talked to quite a few people, and we found out there's 4 definite ways to stop child support, right? 4 definite ways.
I mean, is that a realistic thing, though? Can we actually stop child support? Like, just cease it? Just cut it off?
Black folks can stop child support tomorrow. The problem is black men have to be men. They gotta stop being niggas. Trust me, even in the film, I proved the point. If you have a birth certificate from any state, and you call yourself black, but you're being black, you're a nigga. And the word nigga is actually a commercial term. Nigga, black, Latino, all these colored adjective terms, those they fall in Roman admiralty. Those are terms. So if you want to get rid of child support, the first thing you got to do is be a man. Men have to be men, right? That's number 1. I proved it in the film that child support, I proved this in the film, child support is for Europeans only. That's who it's for.
Really?
It falls under their civil body of law. I showed it in the film. It's for them only. We, Afro-Americans, we are adopted into their white supremacy system. So since we're adopted into their white supremacy system, we're going to be a victim of it. And we should be. Because we want to be like them. When black men become men again and create our own system, it could disappear. I'll give you a prime example. Check this out. Now, here's a way you can stop child support for men nationwide. If men decided to do this, I know it's going to sound harsh, but if men, when you emancipate your child, right, a man can take his child at the age of 12 in any state into a court and emancipate him, right? Remember, that's state property. A lot of people don't want to talk about this. It is true. That child is state property. So when a man says, Your Honor, if I'm only paying this little bit amount of money a month, I want to emancipate myself from my child. You're still going to be the creator of the child, but you don't own the child. You're not responsible for the child. You know how many white guys do that? White people do it all the time. They emancipate their children. And that's how they got to pay child support. Wow. They won't tell you that because you wouldn't know that. You know how many celebrities emancipate themselves from their parents? But see, y'all would never know that because y'all don't go look at the court records. There's a lot of court records showing how wealthy men, right, put money together, right? Let's try to give a prime example. Let's say if you are an NBA player, I get it, that's a common one, right? I have a friend of mine, her name is, she's an attorney. She tells all our NBA clients, when you make $1 million,
take $100,000 and you put it in a special account. So when the mother was taking the child support, she's going to lose that case because now a judge sees that the child's $100,000 saved up in a special account. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
No child support. See what I'm saying? I mean, it's little stuff like that. See, Europeans, they put money together for their children. You don't see Spanish people going to child support cases. You don't ever see that. It's very, very few. It's always the ignorant Afro-American and the ignorant European. You don't know. The poor ones.
So you saying it originally started for them and they then flipped it and now it's being used as a tool of white supremacy basically to put black men in prison. Child support.
It's always been white supremacy. It's all white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? It's Eurocentric white supremacy. See what I'm saying? It's for them, not for us. But we use it against us. See what I'm saying? We use it. Remember, them sisters, they go down there and say, "We'll put you on child support," which makes them a white supremacist. Let's keep this 100.
So what can a woman do that has some kids with a guy and they say they don't want to put their man on child support? What is the alternative?
Well, like I said, the alternative is the state has to provide for the child because that's state property. Women are not doing that. See what I'm saying? The men can say, "Hey, since this child is now state property, hey, you know what I'm saying? If I'm paying child support, I'm going to keep the child. Who pays child support don't keep the child? Does that make common sense?"
Because they don't even put custody on child support and custody. They try to put that stuff kind of separate, where you can even see the child. You might be paying and never even get to see the child. And that's crazy.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest problem. You know what I'm saying? Remember, we got to study the history of welfare. When welfare was put in place, right? It was done by Lyndon B. Johnson, right? And by Richard Nixon. They made it where that men didn't have to pay child support because the state was paying for it. Remember that, because it's state property. But at the same time, they created what is called the project. And the projects was exactly what the title was. It was state experiments on the poor. Because it was state property. Does that make sense now? We got to go back and do the heavy. When I'm doing heavy research, I'm going in. On volume 2, I'm breaking it all the way down. So that goes back to the same sister who got 4 or 5 kids who need support. She can only get it from the state because it's state property. See, you know what I'm saying? Child support is nothing but a debt collection. It's a private debt collection system to oppress a brother. It's designed to separate it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's always been like that.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It's always been designed to, because first of all, I showed in the film that the word family means a group of slaves. A mother, father, and a child. Those are slave terms. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you put yourself in that position that you need some type of support, constitutionally, the state has to provide it. Because child support is not a federal right. I'm gonna read something to you where it says it right here. The U.S. Supreme Court explains the requirement for a state to operate its child support program in substantial compliance with Title 4D was not intended to benefit individual children, the custodial parents, and therefore it does not constitute a federal right. Far from creating any entitlement to services, the standard is just a yardstick for the secretary to measure the system-wide performance of the state's 4D program. Thus, the secretary must look to aggregate services provided by the state, not whether the needs of any particular person has been satisfied. See, it's for the state. The child is state property. I said it in the film. It showed everybody. The word child is in terms of purchase. Child support is 100% unconstitutional, but it's legal when you go into these contracts. Like I said, so if a sister got 4 or 5 kids, that's what she's going to do. She's going to go to the state and get this money because the state got to pay for it.
Right.
That's part of it. You read the first Civil Rights Act, right? Not the Civil Rights Act of 1968, which is a bunch of bullshit. Not the Civil Rights Act of 1972, which is also a bunch of bullshit. Not even the Civil Rights Act of 1996 with Bill Clinton. That's a bunch of bullshit. You have to know what you're reading, right? Read the first set of Civil Rights Acts from the 1800s after Reconstruction. It clearly states, right? You are property. So the state, because when you become a burden of the state, right, like the word civilian, the word pagan, and the word war, right? All they mean the same thing. They mean somebody taking care of you, right?
Right.
But now you're property of the state. So the state has to pay for it. So what the state is doing is saying, you know what, we're going to use this tactic to destroy people. And that's what they're doing. That's why child support is private. In the why the states step into it, because the states have to make sure they have something put in place that's been created by the administrative side. So that's why these judges and them can't get sued. You know what I'm saying? But it's state property.
So they're protected.
You know what I'm saying? But
That's crazy.
They're protected, exactly. They're protected. You don't even think about it.
So in the movie here, in this movie, Who's Now My Daddy's Keeper, you break all of this down? Because people are asking in the comments here, how can they get this film? They asking, where do they get it from? How do they get it?
Well, right now, Chris, let me apologize. I did talk to my distribution guy, and which is Mr. Maurice Robinson Jr., and we finally got your 100 cases ready to be shipped out tomorrow. So you can definitely get the film from Chris Monroe on his website.
There it is. We'll have it up for you, just like that. Hey, you know I ain't got no problem. I make connections.
Yeah, I'm sending him 100 cases, so the first 100 cases, the first 100 copies of the film will be sent out to Chris Monroe.
There you go.
Chris Monroe.
We'll have it set up just like that.
You can also watch it on. I put it on YouTube as well. But we gotta support black filmmakers. We gotta support black businesses. So you can watch it on YouTube, but definitely buy from Chris Monroe. I'm sending him his first 100 copies tomorrow.
All right.
So you should be getting it in by Wednesday. And buy from him.
And we'll have it up on the website. Boom, just like that. We don't play around, and that's how we do it. I want to. We could take some phone calls, I guess. Let's see here.
Yeah, sure.
All right, yeah. If anybody want to call in and have anything about this child support, I got some calls in already. I don't know if they want to come in or not. Make sure you press the 1. The number is 516-418-5565. Again, the number is 516-418-5565. Make sure you press the 1, and we will put you in. We're going to take a brief timeout. When we come back, we'll be more with Quentin J. Tyson. That's the documentary filmmaker of Who's Now My Daddy's Keeper. Right back in a moment.
This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, reminding you about the Chris Monroe Show each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, where we chop it up about current events, news,
what up, Isaac?
And a whole lot more.
It is deep, ain't it, Bob?
We're trying to expand this show. That's right. You want to make it at least 5 days a week, maybe even more, and you can help. You can help by going to GoFundMe.com/IStayWoke. Help us out with our GoFundMe campaign. Just launched it, and we need your support. Go ahead and give $5, $10, $20, even more. Give what you can, and if not, go ahead and share it out to your Twitter and Facebook. It's much greatly appreciated. All you got to do is go to GoFundMe.com/IStayWoke. Do what you do. Be who you be. And you know what else? I'ma see you before you see me.
You learned a lot from that call? Oh, yeah, it goes deep.
An affordable way to promote your business, product, service, non-profit organization, or even an event? Visit ChrisMonroeSTL.com. There are several options available for advertising opportunities. Find out advertising rates at ChrisMonroeSTL.com. Promote within the website itself. Promote on our YouTube videos.
Elizabeth, if you call in, you can hear it too, so either one.
Increase sales.
What up, young Trevo?
ChrisMonroeSTL.com is the place to find out more. Several options are available that will go with any budget. ChrisMonroeSTL.com.
It was 2 years ago that James Clark with Better Family Life found former gang member Kenneth McLean.
You lose somebody around here like every month or so. Like, it's inevitable. Or somebody in your block is going to die because of mistaken identity.
Better Family Life offers an initiative to fight gang crime. They say there are hundreds of gang members living in the St. Louis area. One of them was McLean.
If it's going to change your life, it's going to send you to the penitentiary. Eventually, you're not going to get away with it.
The option is a life like under achievement, the penitentiary, or you may wind up dead.
McLean dealt and used drugs. A series of temporary jobs and watching friends shot and killed in front of his eyes seemed to get in his way of obtaining a college degree. The odds were against him when he decided it was time to turn his life around.
Think about the situation and think about, how much better their life will be.
Child support is different in Kentucky. Yeah. Everybody got little fine tweaks. Some places is worse than others.
Youth violence affects communities big and small and people of all races and colors. Better Family Life is on a mission to make a difference and make our streets safer.
We can't go in and march. We can't go in and hold a rally. we've got to go in and sit down with individuals and bring resources. Individuals will get out of gangs. Individuals will become law-abiding citizens if given the right access to resources.
Learn more about the Better Family Life Cultural, Educational, and Business Center at 5415 Page Boulevard in St. Louis, Missouri, 63112. This great organization has plenty to offer the community. Visit their website, betterfamilylife.org. That's betterfamilylife.org. This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Say Well, Chris Monroe, and I got a question for you. Do you understand racism? Do you think that racism only refers to calling people names or out of their names? Well, it goes a whole lot deeper than that.
child
Check out
support,
my
and took
book,
the joint
Racism,
refund.
Understanding
Damn.
the Basics. In this book, I
Legal
break down
ease
all the
is the
elements
in
that
the
have been
film.
used to
You break it
attack
down.
black
Oh, cool.
people in America and throughout the world. The cover of this book may confuse some of you. Some people see it and they say, oh, they just see black and white people coming together to make one unit and everybody's going to be happy and kumbaya. But I don't think so. The top shows a struggle. Now, there's two philosophies in this. You can pick the side that you feel is good for you and your family. But I'm going to tell you the truth in this book, Racism, Understanding the Basics. We need our own elements, and that's exactly what we're going to show you in this book. Check it out at chrismonroestl.com. Do what you do, be who you be, and I'm going to see you before you
Racism
see
for
me.
dummies. That's what it should have been called? No, that's not nice.
Hey, do you know where I can get
Call
like
it
those
racism
big
for
RBG
dummies.
banners?
They got everything else for dummies,
go
right?
down to chrismonroestl.com. They got the big RBG banners, the little RBG banners,
Hot
soft
pizza's
snapback
always
hats,
around.
the RBG Africa snapback hats, and a whole lot more. Well, how much does it cost? Does it cost a lot? Well, it's actually quite affordable. And as a matter of fact, you can get these items and
What's
it's
up,
free
Brandon?
shipping anywhere in the United States. Go ahead and visit that website, chrismonroestl.com.
Write that book too. This book was hard enough. Racism, Understanding the
I'm gonna
Basics.
see if they can get me some of this cool
People
stuff,
said, oh,
man.
we going to be bonding hands with them. It's a
RBG
struggle
stuff
at the
all
top.
time. Yeah, man, do it. I'm
Fight at
telling
the
you, you'll
bottom.
be glad you did. chrismonroestl.com. Free shipping. Don't forget, chrismonroestl.com.
What's happening? We're back live with the Chris Monroe Show. You got a team? You want to voice your opinion? All you got to do now. Dial that number, 516-418-5565. You heard me?
Now,
516-418-5565.
you want that dashiki? Go ahead and get it. chrismonroestl.com. I can see you wearing it too. And we are back right here live on the Chris Monroe Show. We're chopping it up about child support in this hour. We're broadcasting all the way live on Busker app, where they can pay you money. We're broadcasting all the way live over here on Periscope, where they can give hearts and stuff like that. And then we're broadcasting on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. We're doing a 4-stream, and we got several callers in the queue. If you are wanting to be a caller, call up at 516-418-5565. Make sure you press the 1 that lets us know you want to be put into the show. It's 516-418-5565. We're talking to Quentin J. Tyson, the director or the movie maker of Who's Now My Daddy's Keeper, a movie about child support. We're trying to figure it all out and say, how do we get this child support? Why they just get to do this to us? We get all that broke down in this movie, and we got them here live on the air. Let's see if I can get him back on here. All right, there he is. You there, Quentin?
All the time.
All right, it looked like we got several callers on the queue here. Let's see here. Who do we got? Who's been holding the longest? Let's see here. That one. The 443 area code. 443-527 area code. You're now on the Chris Monroe Show. Who is this?
Maurice.
Maurice. Maurice in the building. What's going on, Maurice?
All right, there, man. Me and Cuba probably got blame one time, but the corruption of child support, it's unconstitutional and it's a violation of the 14th Amendment because we're supposed to guarantee man the protection under the law, the woman protection under the law. So they came out to extort everything. Child support not even about the kid; it's about reimbursement of the federal government.
So basically, it's just one more system that they got on the foot on my neck to make sure I can never be successful. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
You know what I mean? So the goal is to separate the man from the family and to empower the women and allow the kids to go straight haywire. They're coming up with another law. I was telling you about that law earlier, where it's called civil forfeiture, and it's in Oklahoma. Right. So what they gonna be doing straight up. So a lot of people they can't find a lot of child support payers. So now they're allowing the police to just take your money.
Wow. Just take your stuff like you ain't nothing, and if you don't pay, we're going to put these bracelets on your wrist and take you down here and book you in, do your fingerprints and do your mug shots, and that's the end of it. Damn.
Right. And it's unconstitutional, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but so what about the people that are locked up for this reason? Can they get out in regards to this?
If they were to address them properly, okay, because those are people that's been kidnapped for extortion and held for ransom.
Wow. That's messed up. And so they just make it seem like it's trying to help the kids when it ain't got nothing to do with the kids. It's all about extracting funds from you, taking your money, and making you wonder. So when people go through a divorce and they make you do that, I mean, is that unconstitutional as well? I mean, you know, when they make you go through the child support proceedings?
Yes, that's unconstitutional.
Yes, unconstitutional. But is it every... I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead, Maurice, I'm sorry.
Okay, right, because a judge not supposed to be able to sit in on the child support case because he's sworn to uphold the Constitution. So being so that the judges got jails and stuff that they get paid off of, it benefits them under the table to have these people arrested. So soon as they arrested, there's money in the judge's pocket. Well, if they make a payment of child support that same day, there's money in the judge's pocket. I mean, the judge got interest in that case. If child support was really about the kids, there's people who still paying child support for a baby that died in 1988. Or like the G. Clifford down in Texas. How did they lock him up for paying too much child support? You feel me? So that's just their way of saying they want to keep their foot in your ass. They don't want you to get ahead, they don't want you to get off. But child support, you can come off of it through the law of rescission. You got right to have your name removed from anything. And the United States Supreme Court then stated that we do not have to pay child support under the case law, United States versus Rylander and Ex parte Davis.
Uh-oh, we got a case law. So that the case law tells you that you're not supposed to be able to, you shouldn't be paying child support. So what if somebody just stopped paying child support today, and then they come looking for them and they let it pile up? I mean, they're gonna pull this case law out. I mean, what's the procedure to actually activate this to where it will help somebody that don't want to pay or can't pay? I mean, I don't think people would just not want to pay. Maybe they can't pay for whatever reason. What do they do to actually implement this to let them know that, hey, I don't want to be under whatever you got everybody else under?
Okay, well, the first thing...
Oh, I was going to say, what I found out is, and I thought Maurice was kidding when he first told me this, but it's true. You can file chapter 11 bankruptcy, right? And what this does is... Chapter 13, I'm sorry, right. Whatever, you can break it down better, because it's true. I researched what Bruce was telling me. He's telling the truth on this.
Yeah, okay, so what Chapter 13 does is it takes away the jurisdiction from the states and put into a federal court, which is about upholding the Constitution. Okay, so what that does is right there from the federal court, they give you 7 years to pay back the loan, but within that 7 years, you have a right also to put in a motion for demand for dismissal under the United States Constitution. So, and if they still insist to proceed with that, then you can sue the state. Well, a lot of the workers try to hide under clemency. Okay, they can take your money, and they don't want you to be able to sue them, but you can in the federal court.
So basically, it's like this. When you go to Chapter 13, right, you are you're stopping you got to pay the arrearages back, but you're putting a hold on the new occurring ones, right? And what happens is that gives you enough time to take your case from the administrative side to a judicial side. Judicial always trumps all, and that's what happens. You have to take it to like the highest court. And what brothers fail at is that the cost of taking it from a administrative side to a judicial side costs thousands of dollars. So, and this is the part we're trying to put together for this film. It's like, okay, when we put together a legal team, we're trying to put together a legal team to get brothers nationwide to come under our side, just move everything from the administrative side to a judicial side, because it costs like $10,000 to $25,000. So you see what I'm saying? But once you move it from from an administrative side or executive side or an administrative side to a judicial side, first of all, the cases get thrown out automatically. It's a proven fact. When you move it from one jurisdiction, which is administrative, to a judicial jurisdiction, it gets thrown out immediately. It's automatic. But like I said, the cost of doing it, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the biggest problems. A lot of men can't. If you're struggling paying $100 a month child support, right? How are you going to come up with $10,000 to $25,000 legal fees to go to the judicial side?
Right.
Right. And that's what we're putting together. We're trying to put that together now. If brothers come together, right, we can put together a system where we can now afford to pay for everybody to take it to go to Chapter 13, to keep it in Chapter 13, and work on a new process of stopping the child support. We're not saying I take care of the children. We're not saying that, no. We're saying take care of the children, but let's get the state out of it. And we're trying to put together different, in Volume 2 also, we're putting together new programs where men and women can come together. If we got the so-called buying power, we could buy our way out of child support. A lot of people don't know that.
So you said you could buy your way out of child support? Is that what you just said?
Oh, yeah. Exactly. You can buy your way out of child support. Yeah, Maurice did it.
Buy your way out of child support.
Break it down, Maurice. What you do?
Okay. During the time when I was on top of me and Carlos, she's right here. We want to cross her.
Hello.
Okay. And once we had went down there, she went down there, and we told them that we wanted to close the case. So they tried to fight real hard on having the case stay open. So they were like, well, did he threaten you? Did he do any of these things? And she was like, no. And so she had credited me $40,000 right there, and he asked her, and she saw him. They want her to call the police. Oh, man, this one was losing their mind, and finally closed it out.
Wow.
You know what he did? She credited him $40,000.
So they owed him.
You know what I'm saying? You could buy your way out of child support. You could actually, we found a way. We're talking to so many attorneys. These attorneys kind of don't want to keep their name out there because they found a bar association. So that's why we gotta come up with a way to protect these attorneys. Because once we get these lawyers that we're trying to work with, they can never work for the bars. We can never be part of the bar association. And that's one of the hard things. But you can buy your way out of child support. You can, like I said, you can emancipate your child, your children, whether you want, or you can have the mother credit you. And guess what? Once she credits you, that's it. Or you, like I said, you can take it from Chapter 13, get it in Chapter 13, put it in that jurisdiction, work on paying your arrearages back, but move it to a federal side. Once you move it to the federal side, automatic dismissal. I mean, we got the case record. Every time you move it to a federal side, the federal courts, automatic dismissal. Because no judge wants to sue them. That's why they can get sued. They can charge the fee. And charge the fee, yeah, they get sued. I mean, as soon as they get to a federal judge, they throw it out automatically.
So what is it about when they're saying on here in the comments on Periscope, women need to stop using child support as a weapon? So what can make women want to stop using this as a weapon?
Oh,
okay. Well, see, the reason why a lot of women start to use child support as a weapon, because this kind of, the first porn movie was made right here. So they become hosts for the system. And so the way the system is, they feel as though that they want you to transfer your wealth, everything you got goes to the woman and to the state. Okay, so now the woman say, okay, well, he don't want me, so I'm going to take him to child support. So I'll stay in his pocket 24/7. But that woman, she can be sued in a small claims court. So that's extortion. You know what I'm saying? That's extortion. And what I would like for the people to do is boycott child support. They can't make one dime without your consent. If everybody stopped this dime off, we got the power. We the people. United States Supreme Court case law, South versus Ray, clearly tell you that no one is bound to obey any law that's unconstitutional, and no court is bound to enforce it.
So can a woman take child support off of her man or ex-boyfriend or whatever? Can they just take it off of them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of power is in the people, and we don't even know we got power, and don't even use it, huh?
That's right. Their whole goal is you got to pay this or you go on to jail. You don't got to do anything. And if they try to force you, they can be sued under threat, duress, and coercion. That will never hold us. That's why the federal courts, they don't even get into the child support. Supreme Court said there's no special debt because they know they ain't nothing to do with the child at all.
Yeah.
Just like I just read it already. What I said, it said Supreme 5. You can look up the case law. It says 520 U.S. at 343, 117 South Court at 131. It's a long court case, but it clearly states that the U.S. Supreme Court explained the requirement that a state operates its child support system in substantial compliance with Title 4D was not intended to benefit any individual children and custodial parent, and therefore does not constitute a federal right. Well, like I said, what brothers get locked up is when they go to these courts, right, and they make a contract. The moment you say yes to whatever they say do you understand, you just lost. You just made a contract. It's in the film. We even explain it to you in the film.
Right. Break it down for you step by step. Okay.
Right. Like I said, in volume two, we're gonna go really heavy. We're gonna get the sisters to really break down how they really feel and why they use it as a weapon. Because when we first introduced this film, we got cussed out by sisters, ran off the road, spit at.
That's right.
we went through it. But now I got sisters that's opening up to us to tell us like why they do it.
Yeah, I was wondering about that since you making a movie saying stop child support. Wouldn't a lot of women feel like you taking their money away? Wouldn't they feel bad or wouldn't they feel sad? Like, hey, you messing up my money, Dr. G.
The thing about it is you don't need child support. That's the thing. And I give a good one of the alternatives.
What up, Dr. G?
And black women claim to be so educated, right? And I know a lot of students are gonna be mad at me, but I gotta say this. Simple question. If black women spend close to let's say $1 billion in hair supplies, right? You mean to tell me 1 million black women together can't put up $1 a month, right? And so if 1 million black women put up $1 a month, right? You just paid for every black girl's education for the rest of her life, all the way to college. It's that simple.
Well, that sounds like a system. You know, we don't like systems that much. We like to just feel good for the moment. Systems make everything work. So we need a system of some type.
But remember, Africans, we created the system. We created white supremacy. But we created white supremacy in the Afrocentric form. Right now, we're practicing white supremacy in the Eurocentric form. So once again, you mean to tell me 1 million men, 1 million black men can't put up $1 a month, right, in a special account, right, for $1, right? And then at $1, by 1 million, at the end of the year, how many? That's $12 million, right? That's just $1. You just built a brand new college.
Exactly. You know, even a police department can be broad, and so can politicians. The fake Jews, they buy the police department. They got their own policemen. Follow on to comment on that too. Hold up.
Young women out there, I would like to say something to y'all that y'all taking stuff from these black men. Don't y'all realize they coming for y'all next? Y'all ain't gonna have nobody to protect y'all from. Don't y'all realize they coming for y'all next?
Wow, that's a good one. What? You know, once the black woman finally delivered her black man up to this corporate European system, which we are the only protection for these black women. You know, this white man, this system don't give a fuck about black women. They gonna find that out at the end, because the same way they give their men up to child support coming for them kids too. Once they sign under that oath, then they understand. That means they give up their jurisdiction.
All right.
They understand me. They stand under their jurisdiction. They got full, complete control over them.
Yeah, I understand. That's some deep stuff. It's like they know what to do to trick us, to make us feel a certain way. And I want to open up the phone lines here. I got some more calls. If anybody else that did want to call in before the show ends in a few minutes, call up at 516-418-5565. Make sure you press the 1. That's 516-418-5565. I got somebody on here from the 859 area code. The 859. You're on the Chris Monroe Show. Who is this?
All right, this is Gene Lou, man.
What up? What up?
Can you hear me?
What's up,
Can
Jim?
you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, peace and love, guys. All right, man, I want to talk about that child support, man. It's totally different in the state of Kentucky. Because, see, you can, the woman can say, I don't want it. I don't want him on child support. But Commonwealth will pick it up and will lock your ass up, and you will still have to pay, regardless if she say no. So I heard dude say something about you can ask for, what did he say? He said you can ask for something for your child. You won't have no rights for your child. What did he say? I can't remember the word he said though, man. But
Legalese? No.
you can still file something. I forgot what they call it down here. It's something else down here. But you can file something that gives up your right.
Emancipate.
But due to
Emancipation.
Emancipate.
emancipation, right? You can file for that. But guess what? You still have to pay. You might not. You don't have to go see them. You don't have to go see them. You don't have to do birthdays. You don't have to do Christmas. None of that. But you still have to pay. I heard dudes say emancipate, and that don't work either. They done loop the hole up. They trying to loop their holes up along the way, man.
I agree with you.
Bashir,
Absolutely.
Bashir was our governor down here, and he pardoned. He gave all people that was incarcerated their rights back. Now, as soon as he got out of office, they took some shit, bruh. As soon as he got, that lets me know that you don't have to vote and pass laws. Like the woman said, these people that's already in position, they can go ahead and set up the shit, man. Real talk. Because they can do that. They just ain't trying to do it because they don't want to lose their little white privilege the white man gave or whatever the case may be, man. There's some brothers in there that's really, really working hard. For real. And I tip my hat off to them brothers out there working hard. But you got some brothers that's in there sitting like, I got it made and I ain't got to work. For real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the dollar. The whole thing is about the dollar, man. Everything is revolving around this dollar, man. Now, the value of this dollar don't mean shit. Because, see, a country can come over here and take whatever. I mean, we can fight like hell, but still, the country coming, and they take our gold, that money's irrelevant. That piece of paper is irrelevant right now. Because it's not matching up what we got down in Fort Knox or somewhere else in a different state.
Yeah.
That's the whole giddy up there. But Kentucky is a whole new ball game. Commonwealth, anybody can press charges on you, or they can say they can drop the charge. If Commonwealth got enough evidence to know that you did it, they gonna pick it up, man. You're gonna end up fighting this shit all over again. You see what I'm saying? This law is totally different. I don't understand why they say the United States, but the states is not united. None of these states is united.
Yeah.
I don't understand where they get the United States from. We're not united. Every law is different in each state. You got a state law and you got a federal law.
All right, hold up, brother. I see where you're coming from, and let me give you this a little bit of this. You say you're from Kentucky, right? Right. My next film, my documentary, is a police brutality documentary, and I'm shooting that in Kentucky as well, Louisville, right? So,
okay. I'm in Lexington.
Yeah, so, okay. I've been there too, so let me explain something to you. You're right for the most part. You have two types of government, right? You have a national government and you have a federal government, right? Now break it down.
Right.
The national government is a sovereign government because the states themselves are sovereign. But they have to write their laws according to what the Constitution says as well. Now, you're right. They do their own separate shit, but
What's
they have
up,
to go
Migs?
according to what the Constitution says underneath it.
You're right, Reese.
So that's why they can do certain things a little bit different. So like I said, you have a federal government, you have a national government, right? And that's what you're referring to. You see, the states are not united. They are united.
They're not. I mean, look at
You're right, Lewis.
It's different in the county. That's no different. We a state here. How you state and you different from Fayette County from Georgetown. How y'all different? You're in the same state. That don't make sense to me.
Listen to what I'm saying, brother. Let's you have a national government and a federal government. That's what we have, right? The national government, and it clearly states, they are sovereign, that they're sovereign amongst themselves as a state. So each state can have separate laws.
But then you're not considered united.
Listen to me. You gotta listen. You gotta listen because it's every research. All right. Now they have to be applicable to the United States government, because the United States government has what is called rights for persons, not people. You see what I'm saying? And that's how they get that. That's how they can change a lot of this stuff up. Play, I see where you're coming from, and let me tell you something. It took me at least 15 years to figure out everything you're saying. It took me 15 years to figure this out, and it's hard as hell. And it's sad, but my question is this: what are we doing as men, right, in this system? We got to stop using this system. That's the problem.
Right. And it's unhealthy. This system is unhealthy. I sit there and explain to somebody about logic, like, look at this, you do this in a certain way, and then someone else, or, someone else from a different gender is like, nah, you do this a different way. I mean, it's cool to see point of views, but to say that we're doing it this way and it's the highway, no, it's unhealthy.
You right, Gene. But
They use a trick called legalese. Yes. They use a trick called legalese. Okay, if they say they can pick up whatever they want, they can't do anything without your signature. The minute you go there and state your name, and you say who you are to them, you just gave them jurisdiction over you, because your name don't even belong to you. Your name belongs to the corporation.
Right.
So, right. So y'all let them know that you are appearing on the notice under threat, arrest, and coercion.
Yeah, we should just don't even call it the United States, just call it a corporation.
That's what it is.
That is.
Everything is straight, everything is business. Like, and if you hinder their business, you will go to jail or see death. Point
No,
blank.
you have the right to defend your freedom.
You're right.
He's talking about the word sedition. Sedition means when you do something to overthrow a country, and that's what this brother's talking about. I see where he's going with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what it is. If the Constitution, this is in the Constitution, if your government is tyrant, you can overthrow them. If you can sit there and look at the shit that they just did, they try to pass certain gun law. I understand gun laws. There's some people that don't know how to use a weapon. My father once told me with great power comes with great responsibility. I just now understanding that part right there. But the thing is, when you taking the power out of first people's hands, then you realize you look like, what about the regular old guy me? Just a hard-working guy me. I just go home and work. I don't carry no gun. But then I run up on this brother that do have a gun, and guns is banned, and this brother has a gun, and he's willing to shoot me with this gun. Like, we just gave power to the brothers that's in prison. For real, because they don't give a fuck. For real, when you get out, they already got nothing. They already lost everything. You just took everything from them. And then you put them out there on the street and expect them to do right. That ain't gonna happen either.
So let me ask you this: Do you owe any child support, Jinlu? Or do you owe any child support?
No, but guess what? The Commonwealth make it where I owe them. Like I go down, like I said, I go down there and pay all the money in the world to these people. But my kids or my kids' mother says we don't want the child support, they'll say, okay, we'll stop it. We'll stop the money going to you, but it's still gonna come in our pocket, basically. That's what
That's extortion. That's extortion. It ain't got nothing to do with the kid at all. So even if you don't got no kids, they can still try to put it on you, but they still can't do anything without your signature. Without your signature, it'll never hold up.
Check this out. They don't need your signature. They can sit there and say that if you don't sign up, like if you say that they're trying to find out the child is yours, you have to sign a paper to do a DNA test. If you do not sign this paper, then it's like, they tell you that we're not twisting your arm, we're not bending your arm. But listen to this statement. It sounds like you're bending my arm right here. If you do not sign this
That's called government overreach. They do it all the time. All right, Gene Lou, I gotta let you go. I'm gonna wrap up the show here. Thanks a lot for the call. All right.
Thank you for having me on your show, man. One love, everybody. Love y'all.
All right.
All right, love you too, brother.
Hi.
All right, and also Quentin, did you have any closing statements or anything you want to say before we wrap the show up here?
Like I said, it's real simple, yo. Look out for Providing 2. We're making this whole thing full circle. So go, every state is different, but every state is the same, right? Go do your history. Go pick up the legal text. Go do your work. It's going to take a lot of work to stop this. To stop child support, basically, tomorrow, nationwide, men have to be men, women have to be women, and we don't need this Eurocentric white supremacy, right? We can create our own. That's just that simple. It'll stop tomorrow. But if we choose to use this Eurocentric white supremacy system, which is civil law, then guess what? We need to know exactly what we're dealing with. We need to know the legalese and their terms and how to use it. We got to come together. When a white man wants stuff done for him, they come together. Check.
So they form like Voltron. All right, there it is.
That's all I got to say.
All right, Q. Thanks a lot for calling in. Like we say, family, check out this film, Who's Now My Daddy's Keeper. That'll be available coming up here on, I'll have it on the website, chrismonroestl.com here in the next couple of days. We'll have it just for you. For those of you just joined in, this is the Chris Monroe Show. We're wrapping it up here for the last few minutes. And make sure you follow me on all social media outlets at Chris Monroe STL. That's on Snapchat. That's on Instagram. That's on Twitter. That's on Facebook. Or my Facebook like page is Chris Monroe Fan Page. Chris Monroe Fan Page if you want my like page on Facebook. And that's how we do it. Or check the website, chrismonroestl.com. You get a lot of information on there, as well as this movie here, Who's Now My Daddy's Keeper, talking about child support. We'll have that up on there for you probably by Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. And I want to say thanks for everybody that called in and joined in for the show here. And we got another show coming up next week, next Monday night. We do this show each and every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Monday Night Raw, radio style. We talk about news, politics, current events, and so much more, as you see. Plus, we bring in people like Quentin and Maurice there that came in and helped them out. We get you in, we get you out, we get your information out. We try to spread the information to the people. You know, we want to get this information out because, you know, we've been lost through a lack of knowledge. So we don't want to be lost out here in the wilderness of North America and not know what's going on. We got to learn up, get smarter, and do smarter things and do better things. Thanks for all the people that watched on Busker. Thanks to all the people that watched on Periscope, the people watched on Facebook Live, and the people watching on YouTube Live. This is how we do it each and every Monday night. Don't forget, Monday Night Raw, radio style, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. We'll see you next Monday night. Do what you do, be who you be, and you know what else? I'ma see you before you see me. That's a threat.
This is the Chris Monroe Show. This is...
All right, everybody, we rolling up out of here. Any more questions or anything before I get up out of here and do some more woke stuff? Busker, we're going to sign you off. Thanks, Busker. Thanks for that donation, whoever gave me that donation early on. Let's see here. How do you end Busker? Swipe down, swipe over, swipe to the left? I don't even know how to end this thing. It's frozen on Busker. I can't end it. All right, I can end Facebook Live. Thanks, Facebook Live, for all those shares. Share it out to your followers. Thanks a lot. And the people watching on YouTube, we're going to exit you as well.